Welcome to Wisdom Matrix 1111. Today, we dive into one of the most transformative books on personal development and self-worth, The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. If you've ever wondered how to build lasting confidence, improve your self-respect, and truly feel empowered in your everyday life, then you're in the right place. In this video, we'll explore the 6 core practices that Branden identifies as essential to developing a strong and healthy sense of self-esteem. These practices are not just ideas, they're habits you can cultivate to live with more authenticity, purpose, and fulfillment. Self-esteem is the foundation of everything we do. It affects our relationships, our work, and our ability to face life's challenges with confidence. And through these 6 pillars, you'll discover that building self-esteem is not just about feeling good, it's about practicing principles that empower you to live fully and embrace your true potential. So, get ready for a journey of self-discovery and growth. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the key elements that form the bedrock of high self-esteem and how you can apply them to your life. Let's dive in. Pillar 1. The practice of living consciously. The journey begins with living consciously, a powerful practice that lays the foundation for healthy self-esteem. This pillar is all about awareness and mindfulness in our daily lives. As Branden states, to live consciously means to seek to be aware of everything that bears on our actions, purposes, values, and goals, and to behave in accordance with that which we see and know. Living consciously means being fully present and actively engaged with the world around you. Instead of going through life on autopilot, you pay attention to what you think, feel, and do. You develop a sense of responsibility for your choices and actions. Branden highlights that living consciously requires courage because it means confronting uncomfortable truths about yourself or your environment, rather than ignoring them. Imagine you're driving a car. If you're not fully paying attention to the road, hazards, or traffic signs, you're bound to make mistakes. Similarly, in life, if you're not aware of your inner and outer world, you'll miss opportunities and make decisions that don't serve your best interest. In practical terms, Branden suggests exercises like journaling your thoughts or questioning your assumptions. These practices help you uncover blind spots and gain clarity on what truly matters to you. Observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating space for honest reflection. Acknowledge reality as it is, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. Denial weakens self-esteem, but facing life head-on builds confidence. Focus on the present moment and act consciously in each decision. This doesn't mean being overly cautious. It's about being mindful of why you're doing something and ensuring that your actions support your objectives or beliefs. Remember, living consciously is a continuous practice. It requires effort, but as you make it a habit, you begin to trust yourself more and feel a greater sense of mastery over your life. When you make choices with awareness, you naturally boost your self-esteem. Therefore, you become more confident in your ability to handle life's challenges. Ultimately, living consciously allows you to experience life with greater depth and meaning. It helps you make choices that align with your values and purpose, creating a sense of authenticity and personal power. By embracing this pillar, you start to cultivate the kind of self-esteem that's built on real awareness, intention, and inner strength. Pillar 2. The practice of self-acceptance. This pillar is all about embracing who you are, your strengths, weaknesses, emotions, and experiences without judgment or rejection. Self-acceptance is the foundation of true self-esteem because it allows you to be at peace with yourself, even when things aren't perfect. Branden teaches that self-acceptance is not the same as resignation or complacency. It doesn't mean you give up on improving yourself, but rather that you acknowledge where you are now, and from that place of acceptance you can grow and transform. Think of self-acceptance as looking into a mirror and seeing your reflection clearly without trying to distort it. You recognize every part of yourself, including the flaws, and say, "This is me and I am worthy." This deep sense of acknowledgement brings you closer to inner peace and self-respect. Branden offers a few key insights to inspire you to embrace self-acceptance. Acknowledge your thoughts and feelings without denial or suppression. It's tempting to avoid uncomfortable emotions like fear, anger, or sadness. But when you deny these feelings, you deny yourself. Instead, accept them as part of your human experience. You don't need to act on them, but allowing them to exist frees up energy that would otherwise be spent on resistance. Understand that self-acceptance is unconditional. You are worthy of love and respect, just as you are. Branden emphasizes that self-acceptance is not based on performance or achievements. It's about giving yourself permission to be human, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. This doesn't mean you're proud of every aspect of yourself, but you accept your starting point. Separate your behavior from your identity. This concept is key to self-acceptance. You might not be happy with a particular choice you made, but that choice does not define you as a person. Mistakes are opportunities for growth, not evidence of unworthiness. The more you practice self-acceptance, the more you open up space for self-improvement. When you stop fighting or rejecting yourself, you can channel that energy into positive transformation. Approach self-acceptance as an ongoing practice, a gentle unfolding where you honor all parts of yourself, your light and your shadow. As Branden says, to accept oneself is to be on my own side, to be for myself. It means to accept and respect the fact of who I am without denial or evasion, that I am what I am. To deepen your self-acceptance, positive daily affirmations also help. Affirmations like, "I am worthy of love and respect, just as I am. I accept all parts of myself with kindness and compassion. I honor my journey and trust in my growth. I allow myself to be imperfect and to learn from every experience." These kinds of affirmations help you break the cycle of self-rejection and strengthens your relationship with yourself. Ultimately, self-acceptance is about embracing the truth of who you are, your authentic self, flaws and all, and this truth leads to greater self-respect and equilibrium. It's about recognizing that you are a unique individual with your own strengths and weaknesses. When you accept yourself, you stop comparing yourself to others and start appreciating your own worth. This practice helps you to build a positive self-image and to develop a sense of inner peace. It's the foundation from which real growth can begin, allowing you to live authentically and build unshakable self-esteem. Next, Pillar 3, the practice of self-responsibility. Taking responsibility for your life means acknowledging that you are the creator of your own experiences. It involves recognizing that your thoughts, feelings, and actions have a direct impact on your reality. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming others for your problems and start taking proactive steps to improve your situation. It's about stepping into your own power and understanding that no one else is responsible for your happiness, success, or fulfillment. As Branden states, "No one is coming to save me. No one is coming to make life right for me. No one is coming to solve my problems. If I don't take responsibility for myself, nobody else will." Branden emphasizes that self-responsibility is a mindset that helps you realize your potential and move toward your goals mindfully. When you embrace this pillar, you stop waiting for others to rescue or validate you, and you start to see that you have the power to shape your own destiny. A few key insights about this pillar. You are responsible for your choices and actions. Every decision you make contributes to the direction of your life. Whether it's a small daily habit or a major life decision, you have the ability to influence your future. Branden stresses that taking responsibility for your choices builds confidence because it puts the power of change in your hands. You are responsible for your own happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that external circumstances or other people are responsible for making you happy. But when you practice self-responsibility, you realize that your inner state is something you can control. By choosing how you respond to life's events, you reclaim the power to cultivate your own sense of fulfillment and happiness. You are responsible for your personal growth. No one else can do the work of self-improvement for you, whether it's learning new skills, developing your mindset, or healing past wounds. You are the one who must take initiative. This sense of ownership not only builds self-esteem, but it also motivates you to actively pursue your highest potential. Self-responsibility also means letting go of the victim mentality. You may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. By focusing on what you can influence, you shift from a passive role in life to an empowered one. Branden encourages practical exercises for building self-responsibility, such as setting personal goals and taking small steps each day to move toward them. Reflecting on areas of your life where you might be giving away your power by blaming others or circumstances. The more you take responsibility for your life, the more you strengthen your self-esteem because you realize that you hold the key to transforming your life. This pillar is about stepping into the driver's seat of your life. When you practice self-responsibility, you become the architect of your own success and well-being. It's a liberating mindset that allows you to take control of your journey and build a life that reflects your true values and desires. By embracing this pillar, you cultivate a sense of autonomy and personal strength, which forms the backbone of high self-esteem. You stop relying on external validation and start trusting in your own ability to create your own joy and fulfillment. Moving on to Pillar 4, the practice of self-assertiveness. Self-assertiveness is about standing up for who you are, being true to yourself, and having the courage to express your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, even in the face of opposition or discomfort. The practice of self-assertiveness involves honoring your own needs, values, and desires by expressing them openly and confidently. As Branden states, self-assertiveness means honoring my wants, needs, and values, and seeking appropriate forms of their expression in reality. He describes self-assertiveness as the act of honoring your own reality, refusing to live in silence or submission when your truth needs to be spoken. It's about being authentic. When you practice self-assertiveness, you communicate your boundaries clearly and respectfully. This practice helps you to build healthy relationships and to gain respect from others. Stand up for yourself and what you believe in. Be true to yourself and don't compromise your values for the sake of others. It involves having the courage to say no when necessary and to pursue your own path. By practicing self-assertiveness, you develop a strong sense of self-worth and confidence. Branden offers some key insights on self-assertiveness. Honoring your own needs and desires. One of the most important aspects of self-assertiveness is recognizing that your needs, opinions, and feelings matter. It's not about demanding that others cater to your needs, but about being willing to express them. When you suppress your true self to avoid conflict or please others, you harm your self-esteem. Self-assertiveness, on the other hand, reinforces the belief that you are worthy of being heard. Speaking your truth. Self-assertiveness requires you to speak up when it matters. This could be in small ways, like voicing an opinion in a meeting, or in more significant ways, like setting boundaries in a relationship. Branden highlights that self-assertiveness is not about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about being direct, honest, and respectful while remaining true to yourself. When you assert yourself, you strengthen your sense of personal integrity, which boosts your self-esteem. The courage to face disapproval. One of the biggest barriers to self-assertiveness is the fear of disapproval or rejection. Branden explains that this fear often causes people to hold back their opinions or downplay their desires. But by asserting yourself, even in situations where others might disagree, you affirm your own self-worth. This kind of courage is crucial for developing a strong sense of self-esteem because it teaches you that your value is not contingent on others' approval. Living authentically. At its heart, self-assertiveness is about living in alignment with your true self. When you suppress your voice, you create internal conflict and weaken your self-esteem. But when you practice assertiveness, you send a powerful message to yourself. I respect who I am, and I deserve to live authentically. Let's practice self-assertiveness in both big and small ways every day. It might mean speaking up when something doesn't feel right, or simply allowing yourself to take up space in a conversation. By doing this consistently, you build self-trust and confidence in your ability to honor your authentic self. The more you practice asserting yourself, the more you reinforce the belief that you are worthy of respect and that your thoughts and feelings are valuable. This not only boosts your self-esteem, but also helps you cultivate healthier, more authentic relationships with others. By embracing self-assertiveness, you take a stand for your own dignity and create a life that reflects your true self, free from the fear of rejection or disapproval. This practice strengthens your self-esteem because it reminds you that you are responsible for honoring your own truth. And in doing so, you live a life of integrity and authenticity. Pillar 5. The practice of living purposefully. Living purposefully means setting goals that give your life direction and meaning. It involves identifying your passions and values and aligning your actions with them. When you live purposefully, you have a clear sense of what you want to achieve and why it matters to you. This practice helps you to stay motivated and focused on your long-term vision. Set goals that give your life direction. Living purposefully also means being proactive and taking consistent action towards your goals. It involves planning, prioritizing, and managing your time effectively. By living purposefully, you can create a fulfilling and meaningful life that reflects your true self. Living purposefully is crucial for building self-esteem because it affirms that your actions matter and that you are capable of shaping your future. As Branden says, to live purposefully is to use our powers for the attainment of goals we have selected, to live by intention and not by default. Branden offers the following key insights on this pillar. Setting clear goals. The first step to living purposefully is identifying what you want to achieve. Having clear, specific goals gives you a sense of direction and helps you focus your energy. These goals don't have to be monumental. They can range from small daily tasks to long-term aspirations. The key is that they are meaningful to you and aligned with your personal values. Taking action. Once your goals are set, the next step is consistent action. Having goals without taking steps to achieve them can undermine self-esteem. When you take purposeful action, no matter how small, you reinforce your belief in your own effectiveness. Every step forward is a confirmation that you have the power to bring your goals to life. Being proactive. Living purposefully means taking responsibility for your outcomes. Branden explains that this involves being proactive rather than reactive. Instead of waiting for life to happen to you, you make things happen. This proactive mindset fosters self-esteem because it puts you in the driver's seat of your life. When you face challenges, you see them as opportunities to learn and grow rather than obstacles that prevent success. Self-discipline and focus. Living purposefully also requires self-discipline. Acknowledge that staying focused on your goals, especially in the face of distractions or setbacks, can be difficult. However, by practicing self-discipline, you strengthen your self-esteem because you prove to yourself that you can stay committed to what matters. It's about keeping your eye on the prize and reminding yourself that the effort is worth it. Monitoring progress. Regularly check in with yourself to assess your progress. Are you moving closer to your goals? Are there adjustments you need to make? By monitoring your actions and results, you maintain a sense of accountability. This also reinforces your self-esteem because you're constantly engaging with your development, making sure you stay on track. Make every day count. This practice encourages you to make the most of each day and to take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. It involves being present and engaged in your daily activities and finding joy in the journey. Living purposefully is deeply connected to a sense of fulfillment. When you know that you're working toward goals that matter to you, life feels more meaningful and rewarding. Living without purpose can lead to feelings of aimlessness and dissatisfaction, which erodes self-esteem. On the other hand, living purposefully enhances your confidence because it gives you a sense of control over your destiny. To practice living purposefully, Branden suggests starting with small, achievable goals and gradually building momentum. The more you take action toward your desired outcomes, the more you strengthen your belief in your ability to create the life you want. This practice not only enhances your self-esteem, but also leads to greater personal fulfillment and joy. In essence, living purposefully empowers you to take charge of your life and move forward with clarity and confidence, knowing that you have the ability to turn your dreams into reality. Finally, Pillar 6, the practice of personal integrity. This pillar ties together all the previous practices and highlights the importance of living in alignment with your values, beliefs, and principles. Branden states, integrity is the integration of ideals, convictions, standards, beliefs, and behavior. When our behavior is congruent with our professed values, when ideals and practice match, we have integrity. Integrity is the foundation of self-respect. When your behavior aligns with your deepest beliefs, you foster a sense of inner peace and confidence. On the other hand, when you betray your values, it leads to inner conflict and self-doubt, which ultimately undermines self-esteem. Personal integrity means living authentically, being true to who you are, and ensuring that your actions are consistent with your inner values. By practicing personal integrity, you strengthen your self-esteem because you live in harmony with your own truth. Here are the key insights Branden shares about this pillar. Congruence between words and actions. Personal integrity begins with ensuring that your actions reflect your words and beliefs. When there is congruence between what you say, what you believe, and how you act, you build a strong sense of self-respect. This consistency signals to yourself that you are trustworthy and reliable, which in turn enhances your self-esteem. Remember, you're not what you say you'll do. You are what you do. Honoring your own values. Integrity requires a deep understanding of your own values. Clarify what truly matters to you, whether it's honesty, kindness, fairness, or courage, and then ensure that your actions are aligned with those values. When you live according to your own principles, you strengthen your sense of self-worth because you're honoring what you believe is right. Avoiding self-betrayal. One of the greatest threats to self-esteem is self-betrayal, which occurs when you act in ways that go against your own values or beliefs. Whether it's compromising your integrity for approval or engaging in behavior that doesn't reflect who you truly are, self-betrayal creates internal conflict and diminishes self-esteem. Remember, practicing integrity means standing by your values, even when it's uncomfortable or difficult. Taking responsibility for your mistakes. Personal integrity doesn't mean being perfect. It's about being honest with yourself, taking responsibility for your mistakes, and making amends when necessary. Branden explains that owning up to your errors and learning from them is a powerful way to maintain your integrity. It's about acknowledging your humanity while striving to live in alignment with your highest values. Building trust in yourself. When you practice integrity, you cultivate self-trust. You start to believe in yourself as someone who can be counted on to do what is right, even when no one is watching. This deep trust in your own moral compass builds a strong foundation for self-esteem because you know that you are living in a way that reflects your true self. Integrity requires courage. It's not always easy to live in alignment with your values, especially when external pressures or societal expectations try to pull you in a different direction. But by consistently choosing to act in accordance with your principles, you affirm your self-worth and build a solid foundation for self-esteem. The practice of personal integrity also involves being honest with others. This doesn't mean being blunt or tactless, but rather communicating in a way that is authentic and truthful. When you're honest in your interactions, you reinforce your own sense of integrity, and you create relationships based on trust and respect. Ultimately, personal integrity is about living a life that feels authentic to you. It's about being true to your values, standing up for what you believe in, and consistently acting in ways that reflect your inner truth. This alignment between your inner self and your outward behavior is what creates a strong sense of self-esteem. This pillar reminds you that your values matter, and that by living in alignment with them, you build a life that feels meaningful, genuine, and fulfilling. Personal integrity is the final piece of the self-esteem puzzle, and when practiced consistently, it allows you to feel at peace with yourself and confident in your ability to navigate life with honor and authenticity. So there you have it, essential core insights from the 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem by Nathaniel Branden. These powerful practices remind us that self-esteem isn't just something we have, it's something we build through daily actions, choices, and attitudes. By living consciously, accepting ourselves, taking responsibility, living with integrity, and aligning our lives with purpose, we create a foundation of unshakable self-esteem. Remember, self-esteem is a lifelong journey. Each day gives you the opportunity to strengthen these pillars and grow into the best version of yourself. Whether you're setting new goals, reflecting on your choices, or simply being kind to yourself, every step matters. Thank you for joining Wisdom Matrix 1111 on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Also feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep embracing your true self and stepping into your power. One pillar at a time. You've got this. Peace.